Now, we also have examples of prose literature. So we have three, namely prose in novels, prose in speeches, and prose in plays. So let's begin with prose in novels. So this is usually written in the form of narrative and may be entirely figment of the author's imagination. So when we say prose novels, this is usually written in the form of narrative and it may be entirely a figment of author's imagination. For example, it was a bright cold day in April and the clocks were striking 13. Happy families are all alike. Every unhappy is unhappy in its own way. So next is the prose in speeches. So when we say prose and speeches, this prose used in speeches often express thoughts and ideas about the speaker. So for example, so here is the paragraph. You can see that there is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow. So as you can observe on the example, the speech or this prose is in a form of speeches wherein the speaker is expressing his thoughts or his thought or idea. So that is all about the prose in speeches. The third one, last but not the least, we have prose in play. So when we say prose in play, from the word itself, this prose is written in plays, aims to be dramatic and eventful. So for example, you can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. All the world a stage, and all the men and women where you play. So from the word play, so these are the prose that are usually used in theater plays that has dramatic and eventful words in it. So that is all about the example of literature, okay? So we are now down with prose. So let's talk about the drama. When you hear the word drama, what is the first word that comes into your mind? Yes, script, director, yes, show, scene, production, okay, that's okay, actor again, director, so script, genre, okay, that's right. So thank you, everyone. All the words that you said are all related to the word drama, okay? Now, in literature, drama is the portrayal of fictional or non-fictional events through performance of written dialogue. So it can be either prose or poetry. So dramas can be performed on stage, on film, or on the radio. So we can find a lot of drama, especially in stage and film, but there's also drama in radio, right? So dramas are typically called plays, and their creators are known as the playwrights. So, or dramatists. So we can see drama in different forms. It can be written or in plays or movies. Okay, so there are different types of drama, and let's discuss it one by one. First one is comedy. So, cars, yes. What do you think is comedy? That's right. So, comedy is lighter in tone. Comedies are intended to make the audience laugh and usually come to happy endings. So, comedies play offbeat characters in usual or in unusual situation, causing them to do and say funny things. So, comedy can also be sarcastic in nature, poking fun at serious topics. So, that is all about comedy. It lightens the mood of the people who watch it, and it tackles some serious issue, but they tackle it in a more fun or in sarcastic tone, okay? So there are also several sub-genres of comedy, including romantic comedy, sentimental comedy, or comedy of manners, and tragic comedy. So plays in which the character takes on tragedy with humor in bringing serious situations to happy endings. So like what I said earlier, the comedy tackles serious or tragic situations, but they provide a happy ending to it so that the viewers will entertain and enjoy enjoying the film. So do you familiar with any example of comedy? Yes, Mr. Bean. Yes. How about Kimidora? Yes. 99 minutes. Okay. I am not familiar with the example that you have said, but I am familiar with A Midsummer Night by William Shakespeare, and it is a real comedy drama. Okay, so let's move on to tragedy. So based on your understanding, what is tragedy? Yes, Clarissa. That's right. So tragedy is based on darker themes. Tragedies portray serious subjects like death, disaster, what else? Human suffering in dignified and thought-provoking ways. So rarely enjoy happy endings. Characters in tragedies like Shakespeare Hamlet are often burdened by tragic characters, flaws that ultimately lead to their demise. So unlike comedy, tragedy tackles really serious situations, really serious scene, and it don't have a happy ending unlike comedy. So that's what makes them different, okay? Now, can you give me some example of tragedy drama? Yes, Romeo and Juliet that we have watched is a tragedy drama. Very good. So let's move on to farce. So based on your understanding, what is farce? Yes, Mina. Very good. So featuring exaggerated or absurd form of comedy, a farce is a nonsensical genre of drama in which characters intentionally overreact and engage in slapstick or physical humor. So example of the farce include plays Waiting for Godot by Samuel Beckett and hit 1980 movie Airplane written by James Abraham. So when we say farce, it is like a form of comedy. It is the same thing with comedy, but the way it delivers the content, it becomes more exaggerated. Yeah, that's what the comedy and farce make different from each other. Okay, so next, melodrama. So what is your idea about melodrama? Yes, Rita. That's correct. So when we say melodrama, it is an exaggerated form of drama. So melodrama depicts classic one-dimensional characters such as heroes, heroines, and villains dealing with tensional, romantic, and other perilous situations. So it is also called tearjerker. So example of melodramas that we have here are The Glass Manager by Tennessee Williams and the classic movie of love during the Civil War, Gone with the World, based on Margaret Mitchell's novel. So those are the example of melodrama that we have in our module. So you can say you can find a lot of melodrama movies, so you can just search on books or in internet. So okay, next is the opera. So what is your idea about the opera? Yes, Alaika. Very good. That is correct. So when we say opera, it is a versatile genre of drama, combines theater, dialogue, yes, music, and dance. So it is telling grand stories of tragedy or comedy. So since characters express their feelings and intention through song rather than dialogue, performers must be skilled actors and singers. So it is really important that the characters portrayed in the theater or in theater are good in singing and acting because they are showing or they are portraying their emotions through music and acting. So, The Tragic Love of Him by Giacomo Puccini and The Baudi Comedy plus Falstaff by Giuseppe Verdi are classic example of opera. So, is there any here who like opera? Yes, me too. I really love watching opera. It is really fun to watch, right? Okay, let's move on to last but not the least, docudrama. So, yes, Carl, what is your idea about docudrama? Thank you. So that is right. So when we say docudrama, these are dramatic portrayals of historic events or non-fictional situations. More often, it is presented in movies and television than in live theater. So popular examples of docudramas include the movie Apollo, 13 and 12 Years a Slave, based on the autobiography written by Solomon Northup. Okay, that is all about the types of drama. So for our group activity, we will going to have a role-playing presentation. So I will divide the class into 5 groups with maximum of 10 members. So every group will be given a different type of drama, including comedy, tragedy part, melodrama, opera, and docudrama. And then after that, every leaders and representative, you will going to create a short role playing based on the type of drama assigned to you. So I will grade you using a rubric. Okay? Okay, class, you are now down and presenting your role playing. So you all did great, and I am really glad that you really understand what the meaning of every type of drama that we have discussed. Okay? Very good. So, okay class, now we are done with our discussion. So any questions about the topic that we have discussed? Are you sure? Really? Okay, since you don't have a question, then I'm the one who will ask a question. So, for you, why is it important for us to study literature? So, yes, Carl. Right, because it will improve our writing and speaking skills. That is correct. So another? Yes, Eman. I agree. It gives us enjoyment. So there are so many things that entertain us because of social media, but I hope that we don't forget to find enjoyment in reading prose and dramas because it will really help us to improve our literary knowledge, especially our vocabulary. Okay, class? Okay, that's great. So, again, thank you for sharing your insights. Now, for your assignment, okay, I will give you a theme. So we have 5 themes here: faith, respect, gender equality, poverty, and pandemic. So you will create a prose with a maximum of 300 words based on the topic that you choose. So you will just choose the topic and then you will create a prose with a maximum of 300 words. Okay, am I understood? Okay, class, that is great. So, I think we are done here, and so goodbye, class. Okay, thank you.